This is tutorial number 4. So in this tutorial, we are going to talk about how to generate the dynamic checkout links in ManyChat. Okay, so what we will cover today is first, you need to make sure that you already watched our previous tutorials. That means you already connected your payment gateways with Panda Checkout. Okay, so you can only generate the checkout links for the payment gateways that you already connected with Panda Checkout. So, and another is there's a checklist we need to go through in order to make it work. First, as I said in the last tutorial, you should be able to connect PayPal or Stripe with Panda Checkout. And the second is I suggest that you use the Sandbox account. Whether it's Stripe or PayPal, use a Sandbox account to test the purchase. And the third is we need your public API keys from Panda Checkout. And also we have the Swagger URL if you want to test. Okay, and now let me show you how to set up the external request in ManyChat and to generate the checkout links. So now let's go back to the ManyChat. Let's go to let's create one of the flows, new flows. Okay, and let's create a empty flow. It's called dynamic checkout links. Okay, so I can add some test message. So this is a dynamic checkout test. Add a button. So this button will be triggered generate link. Okay, and then what we need to do here is we need to connect this with an action. Okay, this action will be an external request. So you just scroll down, you will able to find the external request. Please note that this is a pro feature, so you need to have the pro account in order to use this one. Okay, and you should be able to find the external information, request information. The request type is post. The request URL is this one. You just copy this and paste it here. Paste it here, and the request type change it to post. And then what else? You need to add the header. So let's add the header. This is the name of the header, x-api-key. Okay, the X is in capital. So just copy this, and the value is the public API key. So you need to go to your Panda Checkout account. So let me put my go to my account and just go to the license, copy the API keys here, and paste the API keys here. Okay, and then in the body you can just copy what we have in here, copy this, paste it here. So actually this number you can just change to anything. Okay, you can use you can add the custom fields if you have any variables you can use. Okay, quantity is by default is 1. You can use also custom fields here. Just keep this. The payment gateway Stripe means it's one-time payment for Stripe. Okay, if it's a subscription, you need to change your you need to change it to Stripe and score subscriptions. Okay, so there is more on that in our help documents. And now we just use Stripe. And also you can change this URL to any URL you want. This URL is when the user is complete the purchase, they will redirect to this URL. Okay. If you do not see any error here, that means it's the correct JSON format. So there's no problem there. So, and then you can test the request. It should give you the response of the checkout link. Okay, as you can see that this is a checkout link already generated. And if you copy and go to this checkout link, it will go to the Stripe hosted checkout page. Okay, as you can see that this is checkout.stripe.com. This is the value that we set up in the request. Okay, and then after you check out, you can use the test credit card. Let's just tap anything here, any email. For the credit card, you can just use the test credit card 4242. Repeat 4242. And it's test. So after you click this, it will redirect to the success URL you set up in the request. So for us, it will go to this pandacheckout.com. It's our homepage. So it redirects successfully. So that's how you set up a very simple dynamic request. So the body, the payment gateway, price, quantity, and the success URL, these are the 4 minimal parameters that you need. Okay, if you go to our help documents, you will be able to see that there's other parameters, a lot of customization you can do by adding extra parameters, but this is a minimal. Okay, so you already see how it works here. So let me go back to the documents, see payment gateways, price, quantity, success URL. Yeah. So if it's not working, you need to first check your API keys, make sure that it's correct. And the second, you need to make sure that you are calling the success payment gateway. Okay. You need to have the integrations ready. And secondly, you need to make sure that the body is in correct JSON format. Okay, if it's not, you can go to use the third-party tools to validate the data format. Just paste the body part here and to validate whether it's just to make changes. So now is how we can you can actually map the response go to with one of your custom fields. Okay, so let me show you how you can do that. So basically it's you can just copy this name, go to the response mapping, and you just type $sign and a dot, and then paste the message here. And then you can select the custom fields. So it will be, I think I have the checkout URL custom fields. I can just save this response of the checkout link to this custom fields. So let's save that. Let's have another message is here is your checkout link. Okay. I can show its checkout link here, and also I can add the button, say buy it now, and then use the variables here, checkout URL. So let's publish, and let's preview this. So this is, once we click this, it will go to our API and generate a checkout link. As you can see, this is the link just generated for us. So if you click, it will take you to the Stripe hosted checkout page. with the correct amount. So that's how you can set up the external request to generate a checkout link for you, and also how to properly map the checkout link into one of your custom fields so that your customer can click the link and go to the checkout. So that's for today. Let me see. Yeah, this is the external request sample, and you need to call this end URL and have the body like this. So that's for today's tutorial. In the next one, we will talk about how to set up checkout hooks in Panda checkout. Okay, so that you can create the most smooth and a seamless checkout experience in chatbot. So see you in my next